Now, still on the release students, that's students from the St. Mary's Catholic primary and secondary school in Niger. We're now joined by Daniel Atori. He is the media aide to Bishop Bolus Johanna, the Christian Association of Niger chairman and the proprietor of the school. Thank you so much, Mr. Atori, for joining us on the news tonight.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
Great. Let me begin by asking you, what's the mood like? How are you reacting to the return of this 100 school children? And at what point did you know that 115 others plus their teachers will not be returning home today?
Okay, firstly, it's still a mixed feelings because we would have preferred a situation where we have all the children and teachers released and returned back to us today. However, before now, the mood was a devastating one where we have all the parents who couldn't even speak. Of course, you know, we lost two of the parents, and that was really tragic for every one of us. However, with the coming of the National Security Advisor, the federal government delegation led by Malam Nuhu Ribado, there was this sigh of relief amongst us and, of course, indeed the parents, that there is hope and the assurance we got from him. And now the second part of your question has to do with the number of those who have been released and where we got to know. Just like every other Nigerian, we started hearing over the news that the federal government has been able to secure the release of some of our children, 100 of them. We were very happy, even though there was no official notification to that aspect. So when we got the information, it was this morning that the bishop confirmed to us that he has been notified. We are happy about it. We have been praying about it. And the mood is still a hopeful one. We pray and hope that we have the remaining people still in captivity, and very, very soon.
Yes, indeed, and we're hoping along with you. And I'm wondering, since this unfortunate abduction, what impact this incident has had on other students, and has the school been functional since the abduction? And have there been any extra security measures put in place by the school authorities to ensure that we don't have this incident?
Okay, the children are very, very hopeful. You could see in them that they are very, very enthusiastic. They want to go back to school. The ones we met with, after we left the government house, we went to where they were being attended to medically, cross-examination and all of that. They are happy that they're back, and I had a one-on-one talk with some of them, and they still want to go back to school. And when it all happened, I was in Papiri, in our local government. The children are not despaired. They are still determined to want to go back to school. The only prayer they have is that there should be some sort of security in their environment. And when the National Security Advisor came, he kept hammering on the fact that the school will still be on. If you go to Agwara, from the riverbank down to Papiri, you know that axis does not have security. You can only see just one security post when you're going, police post. That environment, that local government needs, so maybe a military camp, and then the security should be beefed up. We're talking about a school that serves over 50 communities in Agwara local government area. That school, most of the children who attend that school are like 3 to 4 hours away from the school. And that is why we have the boarding school that could accommodate them. When the children come to school in the morning, you expect them to go back again like 3 to 4 hours before they get home. So that school is serving such huge number of communities, and these children, they are so excited. Imagine you have ages between 5, 7, 8 in nursery because they've not seen the walls of schools before. So they are so excited with the few knowledge some of them have acquired. They still want to continue. But the prayer is that we have enough security. And that assurance was given today. The representative of the National Security Advisor did mention in his speech that the government will do all it can to see that this school is still functional and these children they go back to school. And of course, the diocese, the proprietor, and everybody involved, major stakeholders, including the parents, they are not discouraged by what has happened. I'm sure when security is beefed up, everybody will still be back. The children will be back to school. The teachers will still be back to school.
Great.
Yeah.
And we look forward to that. But Mr. Atori, can I ask you, because when this ugly incident happened, the back and forth was that from government officials is that schools were meant to close. You were given the directive to close. Unfortunately, your school didn't close and this incident happened. I wonder if there was a communication gap, given the power of hindsight. What are you doing differently? Are you working better with the government? Is there a smooth working collaboration between your school and the state government? And particularly, I want to ask you about the parents and families of those who are still in captivity. What are they saying to you?
Okay, fine. The first part of your question has to do with a prior warning to all that happened before the incident. I'll tell you this. Sometime 2021-22 session, there was a rumor that bandits were going to pass through Aguara, not Papiri, I mean Aguara. When the proprietor, the bishop, heard about it, he quickly gave directive that the school be shut down. And the school was shut down for about 5 months. Whoa. And school activities continued in Kotangora. Most of the children were moved to Kotangora to do their exams. That was just rumor. And when the whole situation calmed down, there was no threats, the school reopened. That was a rumor, not a warning, not a directive, no circular was issued. Now, that was the era of the immediate past government. Now, the current government, I would say this over and over again. There was no such circular, no prior warning, either circular or verbal directive from either the government or security agencies. We have said it. If there is any, they can provide a copy, an acknowledged copy. There was no such warning. And when it happened, we all know how these guys operate. They won't tell you they are coming. Even if they tell anybody they are coming, you wouldn't wait for them to come before you, take to your heels. Yeah. There was no prior warnings to the school authority. There is no circular to that effect. It happened, and we're not happy about it. Now, we are in good relationship with the state government. We work in tandem with them. Every information the government had requested for has been provided. As for the parents, the second part of your question, I think if I get you clearly, you ask if the parents...
The parents of the children that are not back yet.
I didn't get that, if you can repeat that.
The parents of the children still in captivity.
Okay, the parents, how are they feeling? Okay, so we are still in Mina. The parents, the distance from Papiri to Mina, it's a long one. It's almost a half a day from Mina. You have to move from Aguara to the riverbank. From Aguara, you take a boat, ferry. The ferry takes you over to Rofia, which is in Kebbi State. And then you get to Yauri. From Yauri, you start moving again to Niger State and then Kotangora. So it's a distance, and some of them, they're like 4 hours away from Papiri. Yeah. So not every parent is here in Mina. However, we had 2 parents who came. They were on their way to Mina for something else. It was this morning that the information got to us officially that the children will be released today and the government will receive them. So these parents, 2 of them, they were around today. One of them, our child, is among those that were released. While the other one, the only child he has, is not part of them. So we are hoping that the child will be part of the second batch, hopefully very soon. So it's still a mix with them because
Okay.
as a parent, if you can't, but
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain how they feel, because personally, it will be so devastating.
Truly. Yeah.
Not
Of course,
knowing where your
there are no
child is,
words.
what is
There are no
up
words
to,
to
with
describe
the harsh
the.
weather and all that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Mr. Atori, are you aware of the Safe Schools initiative, Safe Schools funds, about $30 million from federal government and, of course, private sector that's been set up since 2014? Is your school in any way a beneficiary of this or any kind of funds to keep schools safer? Very quickly, in 30 seconds, if you can.
No, I'm not aware of any. Like you should know. Maybe I should let you know. Is a missionary school owned by the diocese, and I can tell you here that most of the children are on scholarship from the bishop, from well-meaning Nigerians. So I don't know about any safe school scholarship given to, grants for any other person, except I'm not aware. I'm not aware about that.
All right,
No,
Daniel Atori is a media aide to the Niger State Catholic School proprietor. Thank you very much for joining us on News Night.